Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Anita Horry. I'm founder of Anita Horry Academy, a teacher training program for Pilates teachers, and also founder of the coaching program for new Pilates teachers and studio owners. In this week's video, I'm going to be discussing how undervaluing yourself creates scarcity and how you should be valuing yourself in order to get clients to value your work. Now, if you are interested to find out more about how I can help you build your business in a more organic way, do contact me on admin@anitahorryacademy.com, and please do like this video, share and subscribe to the channel so that you'll be able to get notified every time I upload a video online. Your income is closely tied to your self-worth. So if you are already having it in your head that you're not worth what your services should be and what you should be charging, then you're automatically going to be attracting the low-end clients, the price-sensitive clients, the ones who are too scared about spending money or investing in themselves and coming to your studio. And if your main attraction or your main target is to go for high-end clients, then although you've got this under the radar, but in your mind you already believe that you're not worth the value that you are wanting to be earning, then you're not going to be attracting these high-end clients. So even though you're not out there publicly saying I'm worth this amount of money, and even if you do want to be earning that amount of money, you're not going to be attracting the clients to pay the value that you want if subconsciously you've already got it in your head that you're not worth it. So I'd like you to answer some questions for me. First question: do you continuously postpone increasing your rates even though you know you could do with the money? Second question: do you feel uncomfortable discussing your rates whenever you've got someone inquiring about your services? Third question: are you uncomfortable talking about your rates when you are having conversations with potential clients? Fourth question: do you feel perhaps frustrated and envious when you compare yourself to other Pilates teachers and wonder why they're charging more than you are? So these are clues that show that deep down you don't value your self-worth. So it's going to be impossible for clients to recognize your worth when you yourself feel like you're a fake, or you yourself feel like you're not worth what you're wanting to charge. Now, change is possible. You can change all this. You can make this, you can turn this around to make it happen in your favor. That's because our minds have plasticity. You can replace an old habit, an old pattern by a new pattern, and it's very, very doable. So how do we change this? So imagine you show up just having a conversation about what value you're giving the clients, and instead of discussing money all the time, talking about the service that you're going to give, the benefits that the client is going to be having by working with you, and the extra value they're going to be earning from taking up your Pilates services. So instead of having this frame of mind of this is what your Pilates session is going to cost, rather than approaching that conversation with the client from that angle, go to how I can help you as a client. What is your pain point? How am I going to be able to give you extra service for what you pay for? And you're not just going to be coming to me just to take a Pilates session. It's not just the benefit of an exercise that you're going to get from me. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel more flexible. You're going to feel so much stronger. You're going to have that the joie de vivre, as they say in French. And you're going to have that whole change of personality and lifestyle just because you're going to be working with me. And maybe this is a huge promise that you're giving to the client, but you need to believe in yourself that you are able to make the client feel good. You are able to make that client feel that they're getting super value just from working with you. And then the client's gonna straight away is gonna wanna sign up with you, however much your services are. Now, there are a few tips and a few tricks that can lead you to having a conversation like this, rather than just you blurting out this information to the client. So listen up. Okay, so before we continue, I want you to really focus on this. The first thing you really need to know is stop undervaluing yourself. Stop undervaluing yourself because you're not doing yourself any favors. There are so many Pilates teachers out there that are possibly charging a lot more than you are. Now, these Pilates teachers and the Pilates studios aren't really worried about attracting the price-sensitive clients. These studios are out there to get the higher end clients. They are out there to gain more profitability in their business, to gain more exposure as a Pilates studio in your area. So you really have to focus here on not competing with them. You're not competing with another teacher. Your competition is with yourself. Your competition is with yourself of yesterday. So you have to think, get rid of that mindset, get rid of that mind frame of not being enough, not knowing enough, and being aware of your own value and being aware of how you can put your services out there as added value to your clients, where you know that your services are charged at the right rate. And the next thing to know is that undercharging is a downward spiral. Undercharging creates scarcity, and it's only going to be a matter of time before you start realizing that either you have to work many hours to try and make ends meet, and you're going to be exhausting yourself and burning yourself out, or you're going to realize that you can't cope with the amount of hours that you have to work, and what's going to happen? You're just going to have to close your studio down, and you don't want either of those two situations to happen to you. Now, you know it's very difficult to make ends meet when you are in this situation, and either burning yourself out or having to close the studio down is going to create a very negative effect on your well-being, on your health, and your financial situation. And the other thing to consider is that competing on price is never going to be beneficial for you. So attracting those low ticket clients, those ones who are super price sensitive, is not going to attract any loyalty. There's absolutely no loyalty from these clients. So what's going to happen is they're either going to keep arguing about your prices, and they're going to keep arguing about perhaps cancellations. They're going to be creating negative effects on running your business. There might be even complaining about late cancellations, etc. And the other thing you have to also consider is that these clients are just going to fly out the door the second another person comes in your town, in your city, charging a lot less. So there's no loyalty from these clients, and you are wasting your time and your energy in trying to keep these clients. So you really have to consider that these guys are not your competition. So these other teachers that are charging more are definitely not your competition. You are your own competition. So you have to keep pushing forward and focusing forward on acknowledging the skills that you bring to the table, and you show and you prove to yourself that you are absolutely worth what you want to be charging. So how do we go about this? Okay, acknowledge your knowledge. What am I trying to say? Change your mindset. Acknowledge the skills that you bring to the table to be able to serve your clients. So here's how to get started. First of all, consider your time in the industry. How long have you been practicing teaching Pilates? How long have you been practicing Pilates? How much do you know about the industry? How much do you know about the method? So consider the insights and wisdom that you have developed over time. So perhaps you haven't been teaching Pilates for a long time, but you have been a yoga teacher before, or you have been another movement instructor before, or you've been a dancer, and you've been another form of caregiver before. So you have so much more to bring to the table than just teaching Pilates, than just being a Pilates teacher. So consider every course that you've taken, every workshop that you've taken, and all the extra training that it took you to come to this stage of your particular career. And to help yourself, list down all these skills that you have, list down all the courses that you've taken, all the workshops that you've taken. Make a note of them, keep reminding yourself of them, because when you look at this whole list, you'll surprise yourself, and it is going to increase your confidence and boost your confidence to help you understand that you are worth what you're wanting to charge, because all these courses that you've taken are just adding value to what you're giving to your clients. And not only that, these courses and these workshops are skills that other Pilates teachers in your area possibly don't even possess. The second thing you have to consider is your monetary investment. So, how much did your initial certification course cost? How much did the other workshops cost? How much did the other certifications? Maybe you've got additional certifications other than Pilates. As I mentioned, yoga, maybe perhaps you've done physical therapy, or perhaps you've done other massage courses, you're a massage therapist. All this combined is going to add value to your monetary investment. Think about how much you've had to financially invest in yourself. This has been an investment in your business, and you can't consider yourself to be an imposter when you have studied so much, when you have put so much effort and time and financial commitment to being at the stage that you're at right now. The third thing is to consider your skill set. So list all the skills that you offer to your clients. As I mentioned, so we've got Pilates. You perhaps only have Pilates, but did you take specific courses? Have you done a specific course on working with neurological clients, or did you take a course on specifically working with pregnant ladies, prenatal Pilates, or perhaps working with Pilates for men? Or whatever workshop that you've taken has been an extra little asset to keep adding on to your skill set. And take some time as you work through the skill set, list them down and identify how much more value your clients are going to be getting by working with you. And most importantly, don't overlook these things, because they probably come natural to you. You just work this because you've been practicing this for a while, and you've studied this for a period of time, and you just because you're doing them, you believe that perhaps other teachers are able to teach them. I'm going to give you a prime example here. So I've been in the industry for nearly 20 years. I've had my own studios for over 15 years, and I've studied with various teachers, going back to Power Pilates, Lolita San Miguel. I've studied with Bob Leekens for over a year, and I have worked with other people who have worked with these teachers, and I've given classes to these colleagues of mine, and yet I created my own skill set from all the teachers that I've worked with. And they find something new. Every time I teach them, they find something new. So just because, for example, I've worked with a Lolita student and I've taught the Lolita student, but I'm giving them some extra tools that I've learned from perhaps Bob Leekens, or some other tool that I had practiced from my Power Pilates, from my original Power Pilates work, and something that I picked up from my osteopathy course that I did. So all these things add to your value. So you take it for granted that these are skill sets that perhaps just because there's another Pilates teacher in the industry that they would know it, but no, they don't. So don't take your skills for granted, and this is what your clients are going to be paying you for. The fourth thing is going to be the investment in your apparatus. So just even consider the cost of a reformer. Just one reformer. You know, you need to take a loan for just getting one reformer. And now consider kitting out a whole studio with Pilates equipment. So you see how much more of an investment is required to get out a whole studio. Even if you did just a private studio, you're considering the reformer, the Cadillac, the bladder barrel, the chairs, the pedipole, all the other pieces of equipment, the small pieces of apparatus, even the bathroom fittings, and all the other things that make up your studio. This is a whole load of investment that you probably had to take out a loan to get your studio set up. So you've got that cost to consider. Now, there's a big difference between being a Pilates teacher who runs their own studio, equipped studio, to being a max Pilates teacher who goes out and teaches from community centers or gyms, and where they don't have initial outlay of costs. And I'm not trying to create some kind of segregation between the two professions, because Pilates teachers are great in their own element, but we all have to acknowledge that the investment in equipment is absolutely huge, and then it does deserve a much higher rate in your charges for your clients. And you consider even just comparing the price between Pilates teachers and yoga teachers. Now, I know many yoga teachers that don't have huge outlays, investments in buying equipment, and yet yoga teachers are charging hundreds of dollars per hour just for a private session. So why would you shy away as an equipment Pilates teacher, as a studio Pilates teacher, and just hide behind your shadow and say, okay, I'm just going to charge $50-$60 an hour for my private sessions? There is a skill set, there is knowledge, there are extra courses that you've taken, there is equipment that you've invested in. All this is going to add value to your services. The next thing, which is the fifth thing, is problem solving. Now go ahead and make a list of all the benefits that the clients are going to be getting by working with you. So you've perhaps helped a client overcome their back pain, or you've perhaps helped a client just pick up their baby properly, or just even lift their wheelchair out of the car, or even picking up the stroller of the baby and lifting it up a few steps. Just think of all these benefits that you've given to clients, and take note of all the feedback you're getting from the clients, because this feedback is going to help you promote your services to those clients who have the same problems, have similar problems. And remember, I have said this before, your past clients, or your current clients rather, are your ambassadors. So use them to be able to feed out to other people in the industry, in the area, to pull other people with the same problems, and it's going to be a much easier process for you to attract new clients and to really show what you're worth. So problem solving is basically giving yourself testimonials from current clients who are going to say, be your cheerleaders and be able to promote your services. And there's no reason why you need to be arguing your prices with other people, because these clients already know that your services, your Pilates sessions work. They've worked for them, and they will work for other people in the same situation as them. And now it's time to start communicating your value. What do I mean here? So as your self-worth grows, you're going to start to push yourself and shifting yourself upward. You're gradually going to stop positioning yourself and your sessions from a competitive price to a value situation. So what value are clients going to get, and what are they going to be benefiting from by working with you? So you've got to position yourself as a problem solver to your clients. And this is where people are just going to keep coming to you, because they know you're starting to get known in your area as being a problem solver. You are there to help people overcome whatever issue they're going through. May it be back issues, could be athletes who need to improve their personal best. So they're just going to keep continuously referring your business, referring your studio. And without you knowing it, your value is going to increase within the society, within the area that you're in, because they can see the benefits of working with you. Okay, so I have a little tip for you to translate this and to be able to push this forward to anyone who's inquiring about your services. So rather than just blurting out your pricing strategy for any potential client by messenger, by WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever that is, any written form, rather than just saying, okay, this is my price, take it or leave it, invite the client to come to the studio. Invite the client to come and have a face-to-face, open conversation about what you're able to offer. If the client can't make it physically to the studio because they really insist on finding out about your prices, insist on having a phone conversation. Having a discussion with your client absolutely genuine about wanting to know what their problem is, so that you identify whether you can help them solve their problem, and really genuinely be interested to helping them. Before you even start talking about pricing, you can discuss or maybe explain a story of how you have helped another client with that specific problem. And maybe it's something that you've gone through yourself and how you've happened to overcome that issue yourself by practicing Pilates. Then by showing the benefit, and you can have a list of the benefits right in front of you. If it's a telephone conversation, it's even easier, because you can have the list of benefits that you've written down previously, and you could just discuss this with them and encourage them to come to the studio and take some initial classes. And once you've got them hooked on that, then you can start discussing pricing. They're going to see the value and the benefit of working with you before you even start discussing pricing. And if you start feeling uncomfortable about this, perhaps you feel you come into a block, you just come to a mental block when maybe you're on a conversation with a client, or even if a client comes into your studio and you get to a mental block of, we don't know what your benefits are, that's absolutely fine. Just make it natural. Make it a very natural and easy flowing conversation with the client. The most important thing is just to be genuine about it. So genuinely find out about the problem, talk about how you have helped solve that problem before, perhaps in another client or a family member or yourself or a friend, and show them how you could help them and overcoming that problem, then be able to discuss their investment in helping themselves and working with you. And talking about yourself can feel a little bit like bragging, and maybe you don't feel very comfortable about that. Again, don't be overpowering, don't be overwhelming to the client. Don't just go out there and talk about yourself. That's why I keep saying about making it genuine. You really need to show interest. You have to work from the heart. So just make it flow naturally. And if you feel you have to practice this, practice it. Practice having this conversation with a family member. Practice having a conversation with another friend, and get them to ask you questions and feel comfortable in having conversations like this, because all you're doing is genuinely trying to help a potential client. And perhaps your own insecurity is stopping you, is giving you that mental block to be able to proceed further and really truly ask what you're actually worth. Now, knowing your value is truly a game changer. Your clients are going to be wanting to work with you. Your potential clients are going to want to work with you before you even mention price. When they know how you can benefit them, when they know how you've benefited other people, there's absolutely no questions asked about what the pricing strategy is. They're genuinely going to be wanting to start with you. And the more you show them that you're interested in helping them, the more they're going to be interested to sign up with you. Now, value-based pricing frees up time. You no longer have to compete with other teachers to be able to gain the most amount of clients. You're just going to be naturally and organically growing because you've got clients who are wanting to come to you. And what's that going to do? It's going to increase your own self-worth. It's going to increase your own self-confidence, and organically you're going to start growing your business. Now, on the flip side, undervaluing is just going to keep you stuck in a place you don't want to be in. So where would you rather be? Where would you rather be? This is an easy solution. I have helped hundreds of people in changing their pricing strategies and making that step. And perhaps this is an uncomfortable step for you, but remember, all the uncomfortable steps that you've taken in your life have taken you and leapt you forward, have leapt you to another level. So don't be scared to really give yourself this whole new gift of confidence and of creating that belief in yourself, that whole system of I am worth it, I'm absolutely worth what I'm charging, and I'm not going to be shy about it. Now, I hope that you've liked this video. I hope that you've liked these tips that I've given you. And if you still feel a little bit stuck and feel you need a little bit more of a helping hand on how to create these strategies to help you with your own clients, do reach out to me. I can give you a free consultation just to get into a discovery call, just to discuss how your business operates. And email me at admin@anitahorryacademy.com. We will set up an appointment. We just happily discuss your current situation and how we can organically grow your business, including increasing your pricing strategy. And if you have a friend that could benefit from watching this video, do share the video with them. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, goodbye guys.